18 ex-NBA players, including Shannon Brown, Glen Big Baby Davis, Sebastian Telfair, all charged with fraud. They're accused of swindling a small fortune out of the association's healthcare plan. Prosecutors say it all started back in 2017 when the players would ask the plan for money to pay for medical care they did not actually receive. Our justice correspondent, Candace Kelley, she is back. She is on the case. And good morning once again, Candace. So this happened. Good morning to you. It had been going on for a little while. But so when did the feds get wind of this? The paperwork allegedly submitted by the players had some red flags, apparently?
Yeah, this paperwork had some red flags. And as you mentioned, there are over 12 players, 18 players actually, plus the wife of one of the players, Tony Allen, caught up in this over a span of 3 years. In this indictment, the Fed said that there was really sloppy paperwork when all of it was said and done. And this very simple scheme of these basketball players asking to be reimbursed for monies that they never paid out for health work on their teeth or chiropractic work, things of that nature. And so in this paperwork that they allegedly submitted, it was sloppy. There were spelling mistakes. There were grammar errors. There were letterhead that didn't look right. In some instances, there were basketball players that had the exact same teeth worked on the exact same day, with the exact same crowns. So there were some things that looked very, very funny that let the feds know that something funny was going on. And so they moved in. And so far, they've arrested 15 of these 18 basketball players. And so there are more arrests to come.
Including Terrence Williams, who seemed to be the leader of this whole situation. Terrence Williams, a former first-round draft pick in the NBA. Also, he was charged with identity theft for impersonating a planned employee.
Yes, he is, because Terrence Williams, as you said, is allegedly the ringleader of all of this, and that he set up these fake invoices, submitted them, gave them to the NBA players by email, completed all of those transactions, and then he was getting kickbacks from the almost $4 million that they asked for. In fact, they only got $2.5 million, but out of that $2.5 million that these 18 basketball players got, Terrence got $230,000. Now, this identity theft charge comes in because one of the NBA players did not give Terrence Williams a kickback. In return, Terrence Williams called this basketball player, made pretend that he was an insurance agent, and said that there was something that was wrong with the file that was submitted, trying to scare probably this basketball player into paying something to him, I believe, at the end of the day, faking to be an insurance agent on the other end. So for that, he got extra charges of this identity theft.
Candace, that kind of tells me something. How would the government know about that he was impersonating an insurance agent unless the player that he was trying to manipulate told them that?
Was in on it on some way, right?
Yeah, or does that tell you that they may be cooperating in some kind of way, maybe against Terrence Williams?
Oh, absolutely.
I know it's alleged.
Yes, and when we are speculating right here, but in order to say that he was the person on the phone to charge him with this identity theft and making believe that he was an agent, they have to have some solid evidence. Either he is recorded and they started on this federal investigation and somebody was recording him while being on the phone, or there's definitely other evidence, because in order to have the charge, you have to have the evidence in order to support. And they obviously believe that they had enough evidence in order to make this charge perhaps stick.
All right, so we're talking about wire fraud charges here. What are we looking at when it comes to these cases? What kind of time are these players looking at?
Well, each of these players, for their one act of conspiracy, for the wire fraud and the health fraud, is looking at a maximum penalty of up to 20 years and some very steep fines. Of course, they will have to pay this money back. And in some instances, I will say that some of them did try to pay the money back when they found out that they were caught. But we will hear all about this in court during the time when they are eventually sentenced in this particular case.
Sometimes you got to look at the whole thing. Now, Terrence Williams, you can be a smart guy, obviously, but he had some help from somewhere else. I mean, that means he had to get some forms, he had to get some documents, maybe from some actual dentists or medical doctors' offices. If it does go higher and it's found out that doctors were actually in on this scheme, could this be going a little bit higher than Terrence Williams?
Oh, absolutely. This is a case that is really still unfolding. As I said, arrests are still being made. And as we know, these are players that are going to talk because they're eventually going to have to make a deal, a plea deal, in order to try to get out of this. And they're going to come with all of the information. Of course, the feds have the digital information, the digital receipts already. But now we got to hear from the basketball players what really happened behind the scenes. And now that they've had them in their custody for about 24 hours almost, we will probably hear more stories this week in terms of what some of the details were behind and whether or not Terrence Williams was the mastermind or whether it was an insurance
Right.
company or maybe the doctors, as you said. Who's involved? We have yet to see.
You said 20 years in the feds, right? You saying they're already talking, Candace. I know
They're
it's
talking.
alleged, but yeah, believe that they're talking. You know it.
Yes.
Candace,
they
thank
are.
you so much, y'all. We'll check back in with you a little bit later on.